Well, good evening. This is our ESL video class, and I'm excited because I have three men with me today from different parts of the world. But first of all, my name is Peyton. I was born in the United States, and my native language is English. Who else do we have?
Yes, my name is Jafar. I was born in Iraq. My native language is Arabic.
Very good. Welcome.
Thank you.
I go next. Hi. My name is Raja. I born in India, so my native language is Telugu. Thank you for inviting us, Peyton.
Glad you're
For
here.
the class.
Glad you're here.
My name is Luis. I was born in Guatemala, and my native language is Spanish.
Okay. Welcome, guys. We're going to talk about staying positive when things are difficult. So, of course, we're in a difficult time right now, but what we talk about will help us beyond this time, because I know that this time of quarantine will come to an end one day, and we will have other difficult things to go through. So when we looked at the previous lesson, we talked about some terms. Who can read one or two of those terms that we talked about, and maybe use them in a sentence?
I think one word, it is COVID,
Cooped up.
cooped up.
Mm-hmm.
So most of people in the world are cooped out.
That's right. We are cooped up right now. That's right.
Yeah.
How about another term?
So there is a cabin fever. It's basically stuck inside a cabin because of bad weather, extreme cold, or bad weather conditions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so cabin fever is just like being cooped up. And what's another term that we use, Louis?
Another one was pessimism, and
Oh, being pessimistic. Okay.
it's not good to be pessimistic right now.
No, we don't want to be pessimistic. Not at all. Yeah, so the pessimist will look at my bottle and say what?
It is empty.
Half empty.
Or half empty, right? And the optimist would say it's half
54.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So even though it's completed, there are a lot of bottles out there.
It's a strange thing. Yep. Now because of being cooped up and because of the quarantine, we're feeling stress, and I think we have to acknowledge that, right? Feeling stress. Is anybody feeling stress right now?
Sure, if you are in charge about your family and you have concern about the food and how to get shopping, and maybe there is infection outside, you don't know. It is like the president say yesterday or last week, it is hidden enemy. So you don't know who is the enemy. So sure, you be stressed. And when you track the number of the cases confirmed, the stress will be little high, too much high, not little high.
Yeah. So be careful tracking the virus. As you track it, it will make you feel even more pessimistic. Now, Raja and Luis, you've got a difference. All of us have wives, but what's the difference that you guys have than what Jafar and I have?
So right now, the situation is my family. I'm away from the family, so right now I'm alone. Yeah, that's the situation I have right now. So most of the time I'm spending myself. So mostly I'm occupied with the 8 hours job. So I'm doing work from home. So I'm kind of occupied with that. So my stress levels are a little less compared to because I have a lot of other stuff to do. So yeah, I would say so apart from the corona issue, I'm little not much worried about the stress right now. But still, yes, stress is there.
How about you, Luis?
I keep working. I am being potential exposed. I prefer to be alone here, and she is with her father.
Okay. Yeah. So things are bad right now, but in some places in our country and in many places around the world, it's not bad. It's what?
It's worse.
It's worse. Yeah. So things have gone from bad to worse. That's a phrase that people use. But we want to be positive. I like to say when I meet a difficult situation, many times I don't call it a difficult situation. I don't call it a problem. Instead, I call it a challenge. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yes.
Okay. So how would you use that in a sentence? Can you think of?
I am as a parent have a lot of challenge in my life.
Okay. Yeah. Instead of saying I have a lot of problems, I have a lot of challenges. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's better because problems are hard, but challenges, it gives me the sense that there's hope that I can overcome the challenge. It might just be my use of the word challenge.
Yeah.
But we need to look at the bright side, don't we?
Yeah, we always should look at the bright side.
Yeah. Because
that gives the hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are bright sides, you know.
Pass.
It's good that, well, Luis and Raja, you both have jobs, and, you know, so that's a bright side. You know, there are other people without work right now.
Yeah.
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 So I feel much more brighter because I don't have to commute. Always work from home time. So I feel more, yeah.
Okay. We're having a little bit of trouble, I think, with your connection, Raja. But are you?
Yeah.
I'm going to mute you for a minute. Can you see if you can get closer, perhaps, to your Wi-Fi thing or something like that? Let's see. Okay. So now, in order to be positive, we need to learn how to think and think in a way that will be productive for us. In the book of Proverbs, Solomon said, as he thinks within himself, so he is. That's Proverbs 23:7. So the way we think is the way we're going to behave, the way we're going to act. And we need to be calm. Well, what do you think about expectations, guys?
Like, if you are expecting too much, probably you will be disappointed somehow, right, in this situation. So you can set your expectation a little bit realistic, not too much optimistic.
Okay, yes. So be realistic, lower your expectations too, in some cases. What about goals? Any goals that you have for yourself right now? Should you make really big goals that are hard to attain at this moment? Well, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Regarding me, my goals is to save my life.
Yes.
In the first, and my family, because you know I have a daughter. She is disabled. She is handicapped. She cannot do anything. So if I protect myself and my family, that means I fulfill my goals.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, you are an interpreter. Are you being called upon at this time to help with medical things, or has that dried up for you?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing. Just before 2 weeks ago, I have one case. He has to apply for citizenship for him and for his wife. And I finished my job and gave him all the paperwork before 10 days. So that's all. I don't have anything to do.
Okay. Maybe you could teach Arabic to some people. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes, maybe this is a good idea. I think because now I am prepare myself to a course, online course, IT support with Google.
Okay.
But there is like this idea in mind of my wife, Jinan. Maybe we will prepare for resume and apply or subscribe in Indeed.
Mhm.
So we will be ready for learning or for teaching Arabic language for other.
That would be great. Yeah.
Online, of course.
Online, yes. All we can do is online at this point. Yeah. Now, we need to keep active, and it sounds like we're all keeping active. Jafar, you have 3 children at home.
Right.
So that's more than any of us have at home.
Right, especially with the little one, because sometimes he want to go outside, and we take him near the park. He try to just biking
Okay.
for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but no other children outside, and no human being outside. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Well, I think it's good for us to fulfill things. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've been doing that fulfill, that accomplish something, and it makes me to be more positive when I can see little accomplishments. I don't mean that I get to brush my teeth twice a day still. That's hopefully I'm doing that. Remembering to take a shower at least once a day. That's important. But I like to cook because I get to put something together and then I get to eat it. I'm not so fond of having to clean everything up, but I do these things, and I'm roasting my coffee. Is there anything you guys are doing? I mean, I know you're doing work, but is there anything else that you're doing that is helping you in this, fulfilling little things, making little goals?
So as you mentioned, I also started cooking. So I've been continuously cooking every day for the last 1 week. And also I'm making the pictures of them and sharing with the other group members, family members and friends.
Okay.
Somewhere I'm occupied with that. And apart from that, I'm also reading some English language.
Okay.
And also I try to watch exercises. I just want to keep myself fit. I just want to take this opportunity as to understand how the exercise work, what kind of exercise we can do. So in that way, I'm occupied with these 3 items.
Okay. Now, I mentioned to you all also that we need to affirm ourselves and affirm our hearts. And in the Bible, there's a book called Psalms. These are poems. And there's a man, we don't know his name, but he was descended from a man named Korah. Korah had been a rebel who had rebelled against God and against Moses. And so now his descendants were involved in worship, and they were dedicated to serving God. But this one man, he wrote a psalm, and it's number 42. And in the psalm, he affirms himself. He says to his soul, "Why are you depressed or downcast? Why so disturbed within me?" So he's asking himself, why is he like this? And then he's giving himself advice. He says, "Put your hope in God, for I will still praise him, my Savior and my God." He says, "My soul is downcast," or again, that's depressed within me. "Therefore, I will remember you." And he's talking about God. I will remember you. Be affirming to yourself. Be positive to yourself, and be positive to other people that you have any kind of contact with. This is not the time to argue with people on Facebook. This is not the time to argue with people in text messaging, because you won't be able. It's going to be a while before you'll have a chance to clarify and make up in person.
Sometimes you forced to argue another person. Like before 3 or 4 days ago, one person sent a picture. He said there is a positive person in the one of the stores. I don't like to say the name of the stores.
Positive, tested positive for COVID-19.
Yes.
Different positive, yes.
Yes, for employees.
Oh.
So I told him, from where you bring this information?
Yes.
He said, from my family. They have another friend from other country, not Arab people. So I told him, you make a rumors, you make a stress on other families, because if you heard about this and you visit this store before 2 days, or me and my wife, she go to this store last night. And in the early morning, they send only the picture. There is no link. There is nothing. Only picture. They said this store is infected by positive coronavirus. So I told him, not like this, because you see, sometimes you are forced to argue with other person.
Yes.
Because you need to clarify for him. You must be confident about what you send to other.
Yes.
And this is a group. This is not personally. He sent it in the group. Yeah, there is a lot of person, about 8 person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's bad because people will share whatever they hear. Right. Someone told me about a store that, and I said, but I don't see any evidence in the news about it, so I'm not going to even think about it right now.
Right. I check the media, a lot of application here in Richmond, and nothing.
Yeah.
Later, after 6 hours, there is another person. He is confident. He's trust enough. He said, "No, this is fake."
Yeah. Well, now we want to encourage other people, and that sort of follows with what you just said. If we want to encourage people, Luis, what are some of the ways that we can encourage people to be positive?
First of all, you have to listen then to know what their problems are, to get advice.
Okay. So like if I'm not listening to you, but I try to give you advice, it might be good advice, but it won't matter, will it?
I wouldn't pay attention because I might think that you don't care, that you are just talking by talk.
Okay.
To say it.
Okay. Well, good point. Raja, can you think of something that we can do to help encourage other people to be positive?
We can say them that this is not the first time it happened to. This is not the only first time it has happened to you.
Okay.
And we can explain them the same situation might happen to other persons. Might already have other persons went through or going through this problem. So that way we can console them that this is not the problem only for you. There are other people are going through this.
Mm-hmm.
There can be much better situations. So we can explain them with the already who surpassed them. Yeah.
Okay. And Jafar, can you think of something that we could do to help encourage people to be positive?
Yes, especially with my family. I remind my wife, because my son, he is 15 years old. Mm-hmm. He didn't face any like this situation. So between us as parents, me and my wife, I remind her by the worst things happen to us in our country. There is a lot of war, a lot of bombs, and there is no power, there is no electricity. There is, of course, at that time, there is no internet. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you cannot find water. Mm. So I told her, we are in a good country. There is a good health system here in US, and you must be strong. So both we can manage our life and help others.
Yeah.
So if you can compare your situation by the worst one, like today I read there is Spanish flu. It has happened in 1918.
Yes.
1918. Yes. Mm-hmm. There is more than 2 million people died, mm-hmm. disease at that time. So if you compare 30,000 person disease till now, 30 or 34. It is nothing.
Yes, yes, true. I watched a documentary about that on YouTube, and it actually encouraged me because that Spanish flu actually started in America, and it
Right.
traveled to military bases in America. People got sick there. Then it traveled to Europe during World War I, and there goes my timer. During World War I, and eventually it came back to America, and it lasted for about 3 years. But the peak of it was 1918, and so many people were dying. So yeah, yeah. Now I think we also need to be thankful. We need to be thankful. Have you ever heard of someone saying, "Count your blessings"? Yeah, count your blessings. It means to think about all the good things that you have in your life.
Yes, right. If you wake up in the morning and you are healthy, this is a place.
Yes, yes. That
Right?
is a blessing. Yes. You have a roof over your head, you have clothes and shoes.
Food.
So this is a kind of a blessing or thanks for God. We are as a Muslim, we are approached to Ramadan month.
Yes.
So it will be after 4 weeks
Okay.
or 3.5 weeks. So we start fast from 3 days ago.
Okay.
So we believe this kind of worship, it will be you will become close with God.
Okay. Okay. And
So this is a kind of a thanks for God.
yes, yes, we need to be thankful. Luis, what were you saying?
No, I was counting that we have what we were saying: roof, water, food, all the things that we have that maybe some people don't.
Yes, yes.
So we need to be thankful for that.
And Raja mentioned earlier that he's thankful that he doesn't have to commute to work. You still there, Raja?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think we can also model a positive attitude. It's not enough just to tell people be positive, but we need to act positive and be positive. We need to practice it, and we need to help others. And in helping others, we need to help our families, and we need to I really believe we need to just smile sometimes. Just learn how to smile even when things are difficult, and hold on, because this is a tough time, but we're all going through it. We're all going through it in different ways. But if we hold on, I believe we'll make it. And I'm very confident. Now, I gave you some quotes here. Are there any of these quotes that mean something special to you guys? Who wants to go first? Luis, do you want to go?
I don't have the quote with me, so.
Oh, okay. Okay. How about you, Raja? Do you have a quote?
I think I like the Helen Keller. So you always try to look for the shiny side of the sun, so that you don't look for the shadow side.
Yes, keep your face to the sunshine, and you cannot see a shadow. It's interesting because this woman couldn't hear, she couldn't talk, and she couldn't see, but she had a very brilliant mind, and she came up with this through sign language. And so that was a very wise statement. I even wondered, is it really her statement? But the internet says it is, so it's got to be.
This explains clearly that when you see the positive side, you don't have the opportunity to see the negative side.
Yes, yes. Jafar, do you have a quote that you like?
There is a quote in your sheet. I like it, but I will quote from the Holy Quran.
Okay.
We have a verse. It is said. I will read it in Arabic, and then I will explain in English.
Okay.
It said, لن يصيبنا إلا ما كتب الله لنا. That means nothing will happen to us without a will of our God.
Okay.
So that means don't be scared, don't be panic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because everything will happen it will happen under this term, the will of our God.
And we do believe that God has a will, and we want to pray according to the will of God, that His will would be done. I like what Winston Churchill said. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. You can take that either way. A bad attitude can make a really big difference. A good attitude can make a really big difference as well. I hope that we can try to be those kind of people, you know, having a good attitude, a good heart, and a heart that says we want to help other people through all of this too. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I really appreciate you guys, and I look forward to the day that we get to sit down in class together. All right?
Thank you for sharing our information and our expectation in our life. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you for the wonderful session.
Have a good week.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. Take care. I was clicking it off, so I didn't get everybody's thank yous in there. I'm sorry. But guys, you all have a safe week, and see you soon. Bye-bye.